Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix this thing together. Guys, I'm not sure if you noticed or you saw the video, but I was personally attacked last night. And rather viscerally. I mean, to be quite candid. We're going to walk through that right now. And if you're expecting this video to be a punchback video because someone went after me personally, it's not going to be that. This channel operates with class, dignity, everything always sourced, and I'm fully focusing on the Second Amendment, which is the whole point of why I was attacked. So we're going to walk through that entire thing. But if you believe that and you're willing to take arrows and you're willing to push the Second Amendment forward for this generation and the next, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, guys. Before I get into this, you know what? I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to minimize myself. I'm going to throw something up real quick. So while I'm going to address this in a second while I'm talking about this. In our space, in the 2A community, I'm going to give you some inside baseball behind the scenes. It is well-known standard and norm in violation of unspoken rules and codes that you don't go after other creators in your space, particularly over something as trivial as sponsor affiliations, because it is trivial. Now, that norm has been completely violated. Went after me very personally because I mentioned the things that you see on your screen right here. Now, here's the interesting part about this. If I'm a Second Amendment advocate and I always source everything and I bring you all the data every single time, why would the response to what you're seeing on your screen be to attack me personally, supported by the very people who you see right here? So the question is, what just happened? Well, I bring very important concerns up for the Second Amendment space, like these are things that need to be addressed and talked about, and the response is a personal ad hominem attack against me. We don't talk about the content that I brought up. We don't talk about the very serious concerns I have of gun control. We don't talk about any of the things that I know every single one of you care about on a very deep level. We talk about me. Now, the interesting thing about that is that's a defense attorney tactic. That's what defense attorneys do. They change the subject and they start talking about the individuals. They don't talk about the actual points that we're concerned about. You know who else does that? Gun controllers. Now, as I go into this, let me show you some stuff as a good example. This is from Giffords.org. Assault weapons with large capacity magazines have become the weapon of choice for assailants seeking to perpetrate mass casualty attacks for no reason. That's not true. These uniquely dangerous firearms are equipped with features that facilitate mass shootings and must be regulated accordingly. Also not true. But again, it's about focusing on the personal stuff. It's about focusing on the emotion. How many times have you heard the NRA be chastised because they have blood on their hands? Dark money controls Washington. Of course, all of it's not true, but it's an emotional argument meant to distract away from the actual fact. Does that actually sound familiar? Guys, in the very attack piece that was coordinated against me personally for daring to bring these concerns up, it confirms they are gun controllers. This is completely predictable. The idea that you thought I wasn't going to see a response video within 24 hours of these very serious concerns, I mean, of course I was. But the way in which it went after me personally, when completely avoiding all of these concerns you see here, is rather telling, because that's what gun controllers do. That's what defense attorneys do. Are you seeing the correlation? Again, the points that I raised were never addressed. They were never brought up as a concern. They were only attacking me. So why would someone who is espousing to be in this 2A space attack a fellow 2A creator who has a 5-year history of doing 3 videos a day, pushing the 2A forward, of not being 2A, and personal attacks against me when I raise this question? Just asking for a friend, but let's continue. I've got more examples. When we go over here to Every Town for Gun Safety, the interesting thing about this is we're going to talk about prohibited high-capacity magazines. High-capacity ammunition magazines, commonly defined as those capable of holding more than 10 rounds, are a threat to public safety and should be prohibited. They're not a threat to public safety. They're not talking about the actual facts. They're not talking about the actual source data material. No, they're driving their narrative, and they're going to attack and basically put forward a motion against anybody who would dare stand against them. Does that, again, sound familiar? The big irony in this entire attack piece video against me, you can attack me all you want. I'm not going to sit there and say, all of a sudden, I'm not going to call out Second Amendment absurdly insane infringements because you attack me personally. That's not my style. That's not what we do in this industry. In my opinion, it's tacky and classless. That's fine. You can do that. You still haven't addressed all the issues of which we brought up, and it's not going to go away. These issues that you see here are very concerning issues in the Second Amendment space. And attacking me personally is not going to do anything except reinforce the point that I must be over the target on something. Because if you respond this viscerally, not anyone in particular, but if someone responds this viscerally to founded and completely sourced and receipts provided data against me, what's that tell you? I don't want to talk about that. I want to attack you. And to all my peers in the space, this is honest to God a warning for you. What you just saw, they will absolutely come after you the same way if you step out of line. I will not step in line and abandon the principles of the Second Amendment because I'm afraid of being attacked. I simply will not do it. The channel continues on. The channel drives forward. We are pushing the Second Amendment forward for this country, for this generation and the next generation, regardless whether gun control attacks come from within our group or outside of our group, inside the Second Amendment community or outside the Second Amendment community. Every single person watching this and every single person who's in the creator field knows how bad this is. Where are we at on this? Let me know what you guys think. Can't wait to push freedom forward with you on the next one, and I'll see you then. Braden?